For 3 years, I trusted him with everything. Our business. Our money. My dreams. But one afternoon, a phone call from the bank revealed something I never imagined, and it broke my heart more than losing a friendship. My name is Tond. When I was growing up, I always believed the people you trust the most will be the ones to protect you. But as I found out, sometimes they are the ones who will hurt you the most. It started 4 years ago. I had just finished my NYSC and was working in a small printing shop in Suraleh. That was where I met Connor. He came in one afternoon to print flyers for a small bakery. Connor was older than me by about 10 years. He had this friendly smile, the kind of smile that made you feel safe. We got talking while his flyers were printing, and by the time he left, we had exchanged numbers. Over the next few months, Connor became like an older brother to me. He was smart, he knew how to talk to people, and he had big ideas. He told me about his dream to open a catering and events company, not just a bakery, but something bigger. Tond, he said one evening as we sat at a roadside suyo spot, if we work together, we can make millions. You have the creativity, I have the contacts. I laughed. But I don't have money to start a company. He waved his hand like it was nothing. Don't worry. I have some savings. We'll use that. You just need to give your time and ideas. It sounded too good to be true. But Connor was convincing. We started the company the very next month. We called it Golden Plate Events. Connor put in 1.2 million Nigerian nairas to get us started. We rented a small office in Yoba, bought equipment, and printed beautiful flyers. From the start, business was good. We catered for birthdays, small weddings, and corporate events. I handled the creative side, designing menus, planning decorations. Connor handled the money, suppliers, and invoices. At first, it felt like a perfect match. He was always calm under pressure, and clients loved him. Whenever we got paid for an event, Connor would deposit the money into our joint business account. I trusted him completely. Things went well for almost 3 years. We grew. We started catering for bigger companies. We even got a contract to handle refreshment at a government seminar. Then one morning, I got a strange call from our bank. Good morning, Mr. Tond, the woman said politely. We noticed your account has had several large withdrawals this month. We just wanted to confirm if they are authorized. I frowned. What withdrawals? We haven't had any events in 2 weeks. She told me there were 3 withdrawals, 250,000 Nigerian nairas, 180,000 Nigerian nairas, and 300,000 Nigerian nairas, all in the past 10 days. My heart started beating fast. Yes, they are authorized, I lied quickly, because I didn't want the bank to freeze our account. But deep inside, I was confused. As soon as I hung up, I called Connor. Connor, did you take money from the account? There was silence on the line. Then he said, yes, but it's not what you think. I'll explain later. That evening, we met at the office. Connor looked tired, like he hadn't slept. I used the money to pay my son's school fees, he said quietly. They gave us a deadline. I didn't have enough in my personal account. I planned to put it back next month. I stared at him, trying to process his words. You took 730,000 Nigerian nairas from our business account without telling me. Connor, that money is for our rent and staff salaries. He sighed. I know. I was going to tell you. But I didn't want you to say no. I felt my face grow hot. Of course I would have said no. That's our company's money. We worked for it together. Over the next few days, we barely spoke. I tried to focus on work, but my mind was racing. If he could take that much without telling me, how many other times had he done it? I decided to check the account statement for the past year. When I saw the numbers, my stomach turned. There were withdrawals I couldn't explain, 50,000 Nigerian nairas here, 120,000 Nigerian nairas there, almost every month. I printed the statement and confronted Connor again. At first, He tried to deny it. Then he admitted he had been using company money to cover family emergencies for over a year. Connor, I said, my voice shaking, do you realize you have taken over 3 million Nigerian nairas from our company without my consent? He put his head in his hands. I was going to pay it back, slowly. I just didn't want my family to suffer. That night, I couldn't sleep. Yes, Connor was my friend. Yes, he had helped me start this company. But this wasn't just about friendship anymore. This was about trust and survival. If we couldn't pay our suppliers or our rent, Golden Plate events would die. The next day, I told Connor we needed to end the partnership. I offered to buy his share of the company over time, but I would take over full control. At first, he resisted. Turned, you can't just push me out. This was my idea too. I'm not pushing you out, I said. But I can't work with someone who hides things from me. You broke my trust. In the end, he agreed. We signed papers. I took over the business. It wasn't easy. I had to work twice as hard to rebuild our finances. Some months, I barely made enough to pay salaries. But slowly, things got better. I learned to handle the accounts myself. I hired a small team I could trust. I even opened a savings account just for emergencies, the right way. Looking back now, I understand something important. Trust is like glass. Once it cracks, even if you glue it back, the marks will always show. Connor and I haven't spoken much since then. I still hear about him sometimes. He's running a small bakery again. I wish him well, but I will never go into business with him again. That's how I found out my own business partner had been using our company money to pay his child's school fees. What would you have done in my shoes? Would you forgive him, or would you end the partnership like I did? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications right here on AfritaleBeta.